Okay, I think we are starting now. Let me just, yeah, okay, you can see the race. Okay, so this is the penultimate race we have here in the North One League. We have only 9 drivers this time. Of course, we were hoping to have more, but yeah, we couldn't have more active this time, and we have also our two championship contenders, Monkey on and Speedjack, but I don't know if he's won the championship. Of course, if you were watching the graphics we had on the start, they were outdated because I haven't had the chance to change this since Brazil, and we, yeah, I thought this race was going to start hour later, but of course due to the Formula 1 race happening 9 o'clock Norwegian time, we have scheduled it forward 1 hour to make space for a Formula 1 race, because of course everybody here wants to see the Formula 1 race. There's a yellow flag. I have forgot to take up the graphics so that you can see what's going on. Just take up the track map. Okay, now I think we now have Monkey on starting his hot lap 10th. Of course, Monkey on has been very fast in qualifying sessions. Only being rivaled by Speedjack in most qualifyings. Of course, sometimes we have Neo or Torge and other drivers. Of course, not. Of course, we lost one of our fastest drivers quite early on in the league, LKO. I don't know where he went, but yeah, Monkey on now keeping nice and cool there. Setting a 27 blank in the first sector there, and is definitely trying to make something out of this lap. Of course, Monkey is really fast in qualifying, but will that car get out of the way? That was kind of late from the McLaren there. I don't know which McLaren that was, and a 44.9. And ooh, he goes off the track there. You lose quite a lot of time there, maybe a 2/10 going off there. It is a really annoying track to get right, this Australian track, of course. A lot of things that can happen when you're a hot lap, because there's just so many technical small sectors. And now crossing the last corner, and we'll now see a time for Monkey on Vim setting a 118 now, 118.2 there, now 4 there, and then Monkey on setting a 118.2. What does Speedjack have on the table? Oh, Speedjack went in. Oh, he got his lap time deleted. That is not what Speedjack would have wanted. But totally, Monkey on, even with his mistake, nobody seems to be able to rival him. Of course, now we have Rubber Lubricant. I think he's on a hot lap. So let's see what he can do in the third sector now, closing into the finish line. I don't think I've seen so much of Rubber Lubricant's racing. Of course, he hasn't been with the league since days one. I think he joined not so long ago, but I do think that we will see quite a oh no, this is not competitive. Rubber Lubricant is setting a 121.6 there. Definitely has to improve that. Of course, might have been a mistake he's done sometime during his lap. Who do we have on the hot lap now? Does look like we have the item or Artyrums something. Art, we can call him Art. He's on the hot lap as it looks. Again, the driver I haven't seen before. He's possibly a reserve. Of course, we do have a full grid, but not a lot of drivers who are actually driving on the track, which is kind of sad. And now Art, will he be able to set a good lap time now? And will we see something nice from Art now? Now crossing into the final corner now, and oh no, he's going in. Possibly wasn't so happy with this lap here, and Speedjack is now on his out lap. and he is the only driver on a hot lap right now. Rubber Lubricant, of course, heading into the pits, and I do think we saw Munkian. Was Munkian leaving? It doesn't look like it. But now, what will we get from Speedjack? He's on an outlap and he wants to go for pole. Of course, having to set some good sectors now. Of course, Munkian, with that mistake, it was still pretty good lap time for Munkian, and Speedjack has to rival that. But Speedjack has been the main rival for Munkian and has shown to be really fast when he needs to. And also, Rubber Lubricant is staying out on track, which is really weird. Perhaps he was going for multiple outlaps. Don't really know. Yes, that lap time with the 1:21.6 was with 2 lap old tires. So interesting. Yeah, we're going purple in the first sector. I think around 2/10 faster than Munkian, and really going full throttle now, Speedjack. And I do think that this will be a new pole or provisional pole time, as he is now in sector 2 and sets another purple. I think Munkian had a 1:44.9 there. So another 2/10 faster than Munkian. Heading into the third sector now, and he is also past the place where Munkian made his mistake. So I do think that he's now going to set a new fastest lap now, as he's in the final chicane now. And onto the main straight, keeping it cool there, no mistakes to be seen. And now going out on the straight and setting a 1:17.7. So quite a bit faster than Munkian, around 5/10 faster actually. Yeah, really impressive lap time there from Speedjack. And Munkian now has some work in front of him to match that lap time. But if we know one thing about Munkian, is that he can rival us. So it will be interesting to see if he can do something about this. Now going on main straight. Has he had 2 what laps? No, okay. No, he's yeah. Now Munkian starting, and of course I do think that we also have Neo on a hot lap now in sector 1. Of course Neo hasn't been the fastest in qualifying. His race tempo has been on and off. So he definitely wants to prove something here, and he is 1/10 faster than his last lap time, as there's the yellow flag in sector 1. I do think that is Vemund who's spun. Vemund who also has a really competitive 1:18.4. But Neo now in the second sector, and closing down to the chicane, and he goes purple actually, which is a really nice touch. Of course he might have a setup which favors the second sector. Of course there's a lot of main straight, as you can see the McLaren there going off the track, letting him pass. That's nice to see. And he is now in the last chicane now, keeping it cool, no oversteer or understeer, and he looks to be pretty comfortable in this car now, as I can't see any wibbling or wobbling in the car, which is a really good sign, as he goes faster than Munkian, setting a 1:18.23. But Munkian definitely will beat that now as he goes down the main straight. And will he match Speedjack? That is the question. And yes, he does, going faster with almost 2.5 tenths faster than Speedjack, which is really impressive here from Munkian. And do we have any other fast drivers out on the outlap? I do think that Vemund, of course, he spun and he got his lap time deleted. Tolga, I do think, is in a hot lap attempt now, and is now in the last sector, going into the last chicane, as we've seen a McLaren spinning there, and Enzo got disqualified for driving the wrong way, which is really interesting. Of course, this game is really buggy. I do think that Enzo just tried to spin around, but he got disqualified. But Toya setting a 1:18.1, going third fastest now. And how much time do we have left in the session? Of course, there's the yellow flag now. We have Speedjack on the outlap. Speedjack on hot lap now. I know he's on the outlap. But yeah, we have 7 minutes left, so Munkian and Toya and Neo and the rest will most likely have another shot, but I don't know if Speedjack will have the chance to do another Of course, he has a chance to do it, and the attempt, of course, getting disqualified the first time wasn't ideal for him. But he, I don't know if he actually will have the chance to do another hot lap attempt after this. But he will definitely aim to go faster than Monkey on now, and he is in the third sector now, and of course he is on an out lap. And do we have anybody on a hot lap? Don't think so. I don't know. Yeah, but now Speedjack crosses the line and starts his hot lap attempt. And of course now in sector 1, of course this corner can be tricky, but yeah, he nails it pretty good. And Munkian is also leaving the pits now, I think. Yeah, Munkian is leaving the pits, so maybe they actually have 4 attempts this time. Don't know if that actually will be possible, but Munkian, yeah, the drivers look to be leaving the pits now, and Speedjack now in the second sector now. He goes purple in the first sector, but not by a large margin. Only 8/100ths faster than his last lap time. And now in sector 2, this fast part of the track. Of course, this will be where we see most of the overtakes, and also in this corner coming up. Of course, not this one, but not the chicane, but the corner coming up now. We will also see some overtakes, and he also goes purple in sector 2. Will we actually see Speedjack setting in new fastest lap? I do think that we will, as he's now, yeah, in that corner there I was referring to. But now entering, oh no, he got his lap time deleted. This is not what Speedjack would have wanted, and yeah, he will get another shot, but definitely not happy with that, I would imagine. It does look like Vemund. Is Vemund on hard lap? Oh, ooh, spinning into the wall there, Vemund. Surprised he didn't get damage from that. Like rear wheel damage or something. That's actually really weird. But yeah, now we have Munkian, of course, leading the pack now, and now crossing the last corner, and will be interesting to see what lap time he can do now. Of course, Speedjack had a good lap time brewing there, but of course uh, messing it up in the last sector as Munkian spins, and he's out of the session. Munkian spins into the wall and breaks off his wheel. It's surprising that Eamon didn't actually do the same, but Munkian is out of this qualifying session. Of course, we have seen other drivers retire this session, but Munkian is out. And this is really good news for Speedjack, who will get the chance for pole now as Munkian is in the wall. Of course, other drivers, I don't know if they have a chance at it, to be honest, but yeah, Speedjack is definitely happy with these news, as he's now on his out lap. Of course, Munkian just has to hope now that Speedjack can't match his lap time. But Neo now on a hot lap in the chicane now, and oh, he's got his lap time deleted. Oh, well, I guess that's it. Yeah, Neo was the only one on a hot lap. Of course, Neo is disqualified this lap time. Will he go into the pits now? Will he try a second hot lap attempt? It does look like he's going into the pits. That means that we have only 2 drivers out on track now. Oh, Thrusty's on hot lap? No, Thrusty's on out lap. So I guess we'll just see Thrusty's lap now, as he's down the main straight now, and do you think he will be able? He's fast, Thrusty, but I don't know if he can match Monkey, but you never know. Of course, he's rocking the McLaren skin for what was it? It was the last race in Formula 1. Pretty forgettable. I think it was Singapore they rocked this livery. Of course, yeah. But no, Thrusty now in the second sector. I didn't see if he went purple, but he's looking good for Thrusty now. Of course, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. Can we check his top speed before he? Oh no, I just didn't catch it. Oh, I took away the graphics now. Didn't mean to do that. There you go. Okay, Thrusty now in the last sector now, and closing in on the last chicane now, and in it he goes. Thrusty hitting a nice apex there, and now onto the main straight. Of course, opening the arrest wing now, and we'll be setting a new lap time, going 1:18.1, giving him third position. Of course, Togia now exiting pits, hoping. But Speedjack on a hot lap now. Yeah, Speedjack. Oh no, did he get his lap time lead again? There's a Aston Martin in the wall there, but that means that Speedjack most likely will not be able to get a lap in, or yeah, he will get a lap in, but I don't know if those tires are old. Where did he have his lap time lead then? Oh, but Speedjack now on a hot lap again, and do we have anybody else on a hot lap? I don't know if Vemund is on a hot lap now. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see as he approaches the sector 2 window. Of course, Neo now he managed to go out again, as it looks to be. But if he gets his lap time leader now, I would say that it was over, and he improves his lap time, or no? Okay, starting. Getting quite confused now. Of course, I am sick, or not sick. I'm just having a cold now, and my brain isn't functioning. It's opportune. I don't know what you can say. Tuning, perhaps. That's probably wrong. But Speedjack now in the last sector, and going into the large chicane now. Will he be able to match Munkian? That is the question on Munkian's mind, definitely, but also on my mind, and hopefully your guys' mind. As Speedjack now crosses the line, and he goes, just missing out by 7/100ths, and that means that Munkian is pretty safe. I don't know if anybody can challenge him. Of course, Togia now has his lap time deleted, so he won't be challenging him, and Neo is not on a fast lap, I think. I don't think that Neo will be a threat either, so do you think that settles it? And Munkian is on pole. Of course, let's just see now before I say anything. Yeah, Munkian is on pole, and Neo actually managed to go third fastest there, which is impressive enough. And now that means that Munkian, even though DNFing on his third attempt, takes pole position with a 1:17.5. Of course, Speedjack right behind him, but just wasn't able to match Munkian this time. Then we have Neo, Thrusty, Toyer, Vemund, Artyom, or I don't know what his name is. Artyom, I don't know. Rubber Lubricant, and then we have Enzo finishing up the grid. Of course, Enzo got disqualified for driving the wrong way, which is something that can happen in this game. Of course, bugs are pretty prevalent. I don't think that it was his fault for being disqualified. So, yeah, that means that qualifying is finished, and we will now be moving on to the race. So it looks like we will start now. Of course, no grid penalties from last round, it looks. And we will now, I don't know, do we still have that penalty system? I do not know, to be honest. Of course, now, now we will have a formation lap, and I guess I could just quickly explain. Track here at Melbourne, of course, on the main straight. It's a good overtaking opportunity, but not the best one on the track, of course. But it could be considered good because you have a good and long technical sector ahead of you, which you can use to gain distance on the driver. Of course, this track here has 3 DRS zones. Originally it was supposed to have 4, but the FIA, when the cars were racing in Australia, decided that it would be better just to have 3. But now this sector here, of course, last time we were racing here, this sector had a small little chicane, but this was now removed, and they have a long main straight which favors high downforce and no low downforce setups. And of course, when the game just launched and you can do the 0-0-ing glitch or bug, you could absolutely fly there. And of course, I do think that we will see some drivers with a high downforce, no low downforce setup, absolutely fly in there and be absolutely impossible to overtake. But now, yeah, we have the game's predicted pit stop strategies. I do think that we will see medium to hard or hard to medium this race. Of course, I have to get these. Yeah, it does look like to be medium to hard and hard to medium. It does look like Speedjack is going for a more aggressive setup than Monkey on. So it'll be interesting how he gets a bad grid spot. But will we get a better camera? Please, this game. This game has so bad launch cameras. Oh my god, it's absolutely terrible this time. I don't know how they managed to F it up this bad, but I guess we'll just watch the start from Damon's point of view or something. It does look like we're getting a good view of the start grid. No change. We'll just watch from Damon's view now, and no, Thrusty's view now. And see the race start, and it's a good start for Monkey on, but Speedjack is faster up on the inside there, and yeah, it does look like, yeah, Speedjack has gotten past Monkey on in the first corner there, of course using a lot of downforce there, and it does look like Monkey on got snoozed on the start. Of course, the medium tire is faster as well, and you do get a more grip on the start as well. And Speedjack, this is definitely Speedjack's strategy to just go and pull away from Monkey on now in the start, and hopefully not be overcutted by him when he goes in for the pit stops. Torgeir has, as usual, and Torgeir and Neo has, as usual, fallen behind a little bit on the starts. I do think that Neo actually has fallen behind on the starts. Of course, he is complaining about the starts himself. But yeah, Monkey on leading on, and no, Speedjack leading on, and we have a car spinning there, and it is Enzo who spun there in the chicane there. Really sad for him to spin at that moment. Of course, he has some work in front of him now. He wants to catch up with the rest of the grid. It does look like Rubber Lubricant and Artyom has also fallen a little bit behind on the main pack here, and it also looks like Munkian is pulling away from a small pack which is forming there with 4 cars. Thrusty leaving that pack, but also he has Vemund all over his rowing, and Vemund goes for a move here on the outside. Will he be able to make that stick? Oh, he gets spun by Thrusty there, and there is a big incident as we have multiple cars, Thrusty and Vemund crashing out there as he was trying to overtake, and I do think that, from what I can see, that was totally the Vemund's fault, because he went on the outside of Thrusty, and then he kind of like turned in him. Of course, can draw some resemblance to Lewis Hamilton and Alonso in Belgium, but yeah, that was what I could see of that incident. But now Neo is chasing Torgeir. Hopefully we won't have any incidents here. Of course, These drivers have had a few incidents between them, but now Neo going on the inside, and will he be able to make this clean? Does look like Toya will have the inside now as they go into the chicane, and Toya is in front now, and Neo is forced to be behind, but does Neo have DRS? No, DRS is not disabled yet, or does he have the DRS? I can't see this count. No, he does not have DRS, so I don't think that he will be able to make a move now. But Toya now entering the first sector now, and will Neo be able to make a move down here? I don't think, and it will be a risky move if he does it, but of course Toya is accepting those risks, and totally in another place. Yeah, Toya leading on, but Neo chasing hard behind. But Monkian has also been able to hold himself relatively good to Speedjack, not letting him slip out of that DRS zone. Of course, this is definitely what he wanted. But will Neo make a move now? He is close. He's really close. Only 2/10 behind. But it does look like Neo has some patience and is still behind Toya, and I do think that was the right decision from Neo. Of course, we don't want any incidents. But will he make a move now? He does have DRS now, and he's all over the rear wing of Toya, but it doesn't look like he will be able to make anything stick just yet. As Toya now enters the last chicane, and Neo is still far behind him. Of course, not far, but still behind Toya Math. As they now go down the main straight, will Neo be able to make a move now? I don't think he will. He will rather just get close now and try to make an overtaking attempt now, but it doesn't look like he's close enough. He does open his DRS wing, but I don't think he will be able to make a move. Of course, he could make a dive bomb attempt, but that wouldn't be very well looked upon by the stewards. Of course, yeah, Vemod is DNF'd. I didn't quite catch that. So any penalties, second penalties he got from that incident, he won't have to comply with anyway. Of course, we do still deliver our full points, even though we are less than 10 drivers. But if not, if you DNF, we will give you 0 points. So if you are in the 8th position and you feel like you can't do anything, just keep in the race, you still get points. As they are battling now, Neo was trying to overtake there, but it does look like Toya be able to defend himself pretty nice there, and Neo is still behind him, as this is actually a pretty good camera. Why haven't I gotten this before? It's kind of like an F1 manager camera. I guess this was meant to be the helicopter camera, but yeah, this is a camera. Ooh, we have a spin there from Artyom, who got spun on the exit of the chicane there, but Neo won't be able to make a move now, and it does look like Neo's main opportunity for overtaking is in Sector 3, but we never know with those two drivers, they battle quite a lot. But Thrusty now is now chasing Neo, and Thrusty definitely has some pace in, and maybe even faster than Neo. Of course, Thrusty was also involved with that incident with Vemund there in the Sector 1 there, and but now will Neo make it now? It does look like he's has some patience now. Of course, originally it was a DRS zone down here, but that would be pretty broken, saying not the least. But now will Neo be able to make a move? Toya had a small mistake there on the exit and was up on the curbs. But Toya, will he be able to go down the inside? He is still down the inside, and Neo locks his wheels. But Neo has a better exit there, and Neo is past Toya. But will Toya be able to make a move now? Of course, he has to go completely off the throttle there. Of course, Neo definitely having to defend now. And will Toya be able to make a move already now, as Toya is extremely close to Neo, with 2/10 behind. Toya, with the help of DRS, will he be able to overtake him? It does look to be that way, as Neo is now behind Toya again, and will he be able to make a move now? That's the real question, as Neo opens his DRS wing here, and ooh, there's a Mercedes there. Speedx spun. Does look like he's damaged as well. Speedjack has spun. Well, that means that Monkian has this race pretty much in the bag. Of course, definitely Speedjack has to pit now. I would say that Munkian has this race in the bag because can't pit now and stay on the hards to the end. Of course, that would be a really risky move. But yeah, Speedjack is losing seconds to Neo, so I do think that he has damage on his car as well. This is came as a gift to Munkian, I must say. Of course, Speedjack spinning definitely wasn't part of his plan, but I do think that he's really happy with it. But Neo now, will he be able to make the move again? It doesn't look like that. But perhaps on the main straight now, as no, he's too far away now. I must say he can't possibly make the move now. That would be real bad. But does Speedjack go in now? Yeah, he has front wing damage. He does have to go in. So what strategy will we choose now? Will we soft hard? No, it's too early for that as well. So no, he is putting on the soft hard strategy, or perhaps a soft medium strategy. I don't know what he would choose though, but this might prove interesting of strategy choice here, as Speedjack is now in the pits and is dead last. Of course, not completely dead last, but Munkian having a small spin there as well. The Mercedes drivers are just losing all their focus now and are quite literally all over the place when it comes to focus. So does Munkian have damage now? That's the question. Doesn't look like it, to be completely honest, but might we actually see a non-Mercedes win here? Of course, the last time we had a non-Mercedes win was quite long ago. Wait a minute, I'll quickly find that up. Wait a minute, please. I'll just quickly take it up here. Last time we had a non-Mercedes winner was in Mexico where Turga won, but basically that was Munkian's win. Of course, Munkian spun into the wall that time. Of course, the last time a independent, actually dominant win from a non-Mercedes driver was it must have been Thrusty in Imola. I think that there were no incidents with Mercedes there because, of course, in Miami, Munkian spun more in the penultimate lap, and in Mexico, Munkian spun just before the finish line. And Thrusty, I do think that he won in Imola independently. But of course, we had quite a long streak of Mercedes drivers winning now, and I don't know if the championship is over. Let me just quickly get the drivers' championship up here, and it is pretty close, I must say. But yeah, this is pretty interesting if Turga can get the dub now. But Munkian doesn't seem to have any damage on his car, and of course Neo has spun. I think that Neo has spun, yes. So Neo has also spun now, and that means that we had quite a few drivers who spun now, and Munkian is in a pretty good position, but Turga is chasing him down. Keep you updated on that, but Achtim is actually closing in on Neo now, and Neo has front wing damage, so what tire will he go in to change for? As he puts on the mediums, but he can now go for a medium strategy, which is pretty optimal, I must say. Of course, Neo seems to have spun, but yeah, that would be interesting to see if he goes for a medium to medium strategy. And of course, Speedjack now setting the fastest lap time of the race, and now chasing down Rubber Lubricant, who is on 8 laps old as mediums, and he's definitely hoping to overtake him now. And Rubber Lubricant makes a mistake there, and that means that Speedjack has now overtaken Rubber Lubricant now, and he's now chasing down Achtim. But Achtim is quite a far distance in front of him, 8 seconds, so perhaps the softs will begin to drop off there, and I guess that Achtim is now the best pronunciation I have for his name. So he will just be called that from now on. But yeah, it now looks to be a pretty nice cruise from Munkian now, as he's now pulling away from Toya. So that, well, of course, those mediums aren't really doing Toya much well. Of course, he still hopes to chase Munkian, but I do think that Munkian is in a pretty safe position now to win the race. Really dominant here from Munkian, and now is his 3-second time penalty for Speedjack for multiple warnings. So we're interested to see if we will get any more of those type of penalties as the race moves on, but hopefully not. But yeah, that's a 3-second time penalty to Speedjack, who's actually closed in on Artyom really fast now, and it's only 6 seconds now behind Artyom. So Speedjack is definitely chasing down Artyom now, and after Artyom it would be Thrusty now chasing down, but it just almost looks like he's gaming 10th a second now. Speedjack, he's definitely really fast now, and it does look like he's chosen a lower down for the setup than Artyom, because he's gaining quite a lot of time now here in the straights. And yeah, as you can see there, it's kind of like those type of mistakes which give you those 3-second time penalties. Speedjack was just off the track there, but that is enough because we have on strict penalties. Of course, we could possibly have a vote on taking it off. It's quite a lot of penalties which we have. But yeah, Speedjack now, he's now 5 seconds behind Artyom, chasing him really fast now, and Munkian is now 5 seconds in front of Toya. So this definitely proves, as also Enzo has been lapped, as you can see now. But a yellow flag is active 1 now, as Artyom spun. Yeah, Artyom spun, so that means that Speedjack is now in P4 for Speedjack, but now he has 13 seconds up to Thrusty, which I don't know those soft can bring him that far. Of course, as you can see on the minimap down on the right, that's quite a far distance he has to go if he hopes to do hopes to overtake Thrusty. Of course, Thrusty was pretty unlucky, but is Thrusty now chasing down Toya? That's the good question now, as Thrusty is now possibly actually chasing down Toya now. It does look to be a pretty stable gap between them, but you never know. Of course, those mediums aren't going to last forever. But yeah, right now there doesn't seem to be much happening on track. As I can see. I guess we could see Toya chasing down Enzo. No, Enzo, yeah. Enzo gets the fixing penalty. There ain't really much happening on track now, I must say. There is no real action on track now. And yeah, here we have our race leader, Munkian. What will be interesting to see is when the medium runners will go in for the pit stops. Of course, we only have one medium runner left of the people who started on the medium tire compound, as Torgeir, and when will he go in? That's the real question now. I do think we see him around lap 15, maybe? No, lap 15 would be halfway, so around now is when you would actually expect him to go in, but might he actually choose a strategy which goes perhaps medium, soft, medium? But yeah, if he was... It's really weird to do a 50-50% strategy with a medium to hard compound tire, because they shouldn't be that similar to each other on tire degradation and stuff like that. So it's pretty weird that he hasn't gone in. Of course, next lap he will pretty much be halfway done. And we have a Mercedes now, and yes, it does look like I was right about Speedjack. He goes now for the soft to hard strategy, and that means that Speedjack is now finished with his pit stop strategy. But when will he come out, as Neo is now down the main straight? Does look like Neo will come out in front, but of course Speedjack does have a lot of pace, and most likely will now begin to chase down Neo. Of course, he has to get some heat in his tires before he does that, but that will now be Speedjack's main goal, as you can see he warming his tires there a little bit on that media straight, and Neo now gets a 375 penalty along with Toya. Does look like a lot of drivers are getting those penalties for track limits, and hopefully it won't shape out the race that much. Of course, Frosty and Monkyan are the only drivers without penalties. Of course, they are one of the best drivers when it comes to... Yeah, now Toya goes in, but what tires would he actually put through? That's what's interesting me, because it wouldn't surprise me if we go into the soft tire now and go for a soft medium, soft medium strategy yet, but no, he goes for the hard tire now, and that means that Toya will be finished with his pit stop strategy. But will he come out in front of the Speedjack? Yes, he does. So Toya is now pretty much alone. Of course, hoping to undercut Thrusty, I believe. Most likely strategy he was going for. Of course, Thrusty and Monkyan and Toya are the only drivers left on the original strategy for the race. Of course, other drivers have had different misfortunes, which have forced them to pit for different strategies. But I would expect that Monkyan and Thrusty will go in around now. Perhaps around lap 16 is when they are going to go in for the medium time compound. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what strategy they when they are actually going to go in. I would expect around lap 16, perhaps 17. Yeah, perhaps around lap 17 is when we'll see Monkyan and Thrusty go in for their stop. But yeah, it does look like it's calmed down on track now. Thrusty is now lapped his teammate. Of course, not the race that Enzo would be hoping for. Of course, he's had some misfortune this race, I must say. Spin and getting disqualified from the second, but now Monkyan gets a free time penalty for the track limits. So that means that Thrusty is the last driver around on track without penalties, which is pretty interesting, I must say. Thrusty is really good at keeping track limits, and just driving his own race is what he's good at, I must say. Of course. Great much happening on track now, and as you see, Toya is perhaps... it does look like Toya will come out in front of Thrusty after Thrusty's pit stop. Now only 16 seconds behind Toya, and yeah, I do think that Toya will come out in front of Thrusty. Of course, Thrusty will then be on the mediums, which is a faster tire compound, but let's see if I'm correct. And Enzo spins there on the exit of turn... is it turn 21? Last, how many corners are there? Last year? Do you think it's 21? But yeah, and that means that Enzo, I don't think it really affects him that much. Of course, really, this is actually heating his tires after spinning. I would think it would be the opposite, but yeah, it does look like he will now get lapped by Speedjack, who's lapping faster, and yeah, you can see the blue flags. And Speedjack, he's driving his own race now, I must say, and we're interested to see we can perhaps do something against Thrusty. I don't know if he can actually do something against Thrusty. Of course, Thrusty will be out on fresh mediums after his pit stop. Monkyan is basically out of the picture. He's been really dominant, but will he go in now? No, he will not. So do you think perhaps one more lap is what Monkyan will have, and Thrusty as well, before they go into for their pit stops? Of course, Thrusty will come out behind Toya, I believe. I do think it's around 19 seconds, perhaps 19, 20 seconds lost in pit stop. He will definitely not come out in behind the speed jack at least. And rubber lubricant gets a penalty for another 3-second time penalty for rubber lubricant, of course for track limits. But yeah, no, ain't a lot happening. There's not much. And so now in the pits, changing for the medium time compound. This will be the last pit stop now. But now it'll be interesting to see, will actually Munkian go in for his stop now? And I do think that he actually will. Because Munkian... Wait a minute. Munkian is on the verge of actually lapping Thirsty 2 times. No, Enzo 2 times now. Interesting observation. But yeah, he goes in now, and I do think that means that Thirsty is also going in now for his stop. Of course, he could also stay out one more lap, but let's see now. Yeah, he also goes into the pits now, and yeah, both setting on the medium tire compound now. But when will Thrusty come out? It's yeah, Toya is now in the last chicane, and Thrusty is just finished with his pit stop now as Toya enters the main straight. And now you can see Toya now, and yeah, Toya will come out in front of Thrusty, I believe. Pretty nice undercut there for Toya. It does look like he's gained around. No, he hasn't actually gained time on Thrusty during this. Oh yeah, he's gained around 1 second on Thrusty during this undercut. Which isn't that quick considering that Thrusty now has fresher mediums than him. So, of course, it is really an undercut. They were both following their strategies. Now, will Thrusty be able to chase down Toya? That's the question on my mind at least. Yeah, just isn't a lot of happening. Not a lot of action now. But yeah, if anybody of you watching are actually not part of the race, we do have a Discord which we organize our races. Link should be in the bio of the YouTube channel, and we also have a TikTok, which you can see the tag for there. We also have a Facebook page, which we mainly use for recruiting. Yeah, I do think that's it for our socials. Yeah, we do have a Twitch, but we don't stream 2 places because Streamlab, yeah, you require Streamlab Prime to do that. We don't have access to that currently. Maybe if we get some more drivers, we'll be able to use or afford Streamlab Prime. Of course, it really depends on how much the admins in the server are willing to use of their own money. Of course, we have seen some leagues with only like 10 drivers having some shady sponsorships, but yeah, we did not have some shady sponsorships, so you won't definitely see any of those around here. But yeah, first is chasing Toya now, but he isn't closing in enough. Oh no, he's actually not closing in that much. So I don't think that we'll see anything out of the ordinary here, as we have a car spinning on track, and that is Enzo, who spun there. Really easy to spin there where Enzo spun, but Munkiano is heading past the lap of the race with 119.3 or 9 or 119.5. Oh, sorry. But of course, Munkian is really fast. He is one of the drivers I've seen which can set the same lap times as he sets in the oh my brain is not working. He's one of the few drivers which can set the same lap times in quality as he sets in time trial. So he's definitely a really fast driver we have here. And now entering the last chicane now, and no, there's chicane there. But yeah, I don't think there's a lot that can stop him from winning this race. Of course, B-Jack is quite far behind. And Toya does definitely not show any threat to him. But I do think that Toya will be happy enough with a P2 this race, but of course Thrusty definitely wants that P2 as well, so he will have to fight a little bit for it. Of course, one mistake and Thrusty's right up his gearbox, so he's definitely aware of that, at least I hope. Of course, Speedjack is not to be underestimated, but he isn't gaining that much on Thrusty, so I don't think he will catch up with Thrusty or Toya in the near future. But Thrusty now is actually picking up the pace a little now, and is gaining quite a lot on Toya now. So this is a pretty interesting escalation of this battle, as Thrusty is gaining quite a lot now actually, as he has set up some pace now. And Toya is now being chased pretty hard now, and I don't see any blinking on his rear wing, so that indicates that he does have enough ERS. Of course, farther behind we have Neo. He spun once and is now with P5. We also have Artyom. He's quite far behind. He also spun a few times, but Rubber Lubricant as well. He's now getting lapped by, or he just lapped Enzo, it looks to me. So Enzo's been lapped by the old grid now, and he's now being chased by Monkeyhan. I don't know if Monkeyhan has that as a goal to lap Enzo 2 times, but you never know. USB click back. Okay, and I am back. Yeah, as I was quickly going to just say, we don't have any requirements for your speed in this league, so just if you participate, we are happy to have you. That's the only rule, I guess, and I guess you don't crash out any other drivers. That wouldn't be so nice if you did that as well, but yeah, Thrusty seems to have slowed down a little bit, but he's still chasing Toya. Of course, still gaining some time on him, but not as much as he was gaining in that, small time there. But yeah, it does almost look like he's dipping below 2 seconds now. So Toya is definitely feeling the pressure now, by posed by Thrusty, and really interesting to see if Thrusty can actually make that overtake as well. Toya is also pretty okay at defending. We saw that with Neo. Neo didn't get past him. Of course, he spun last, but Toya was able to defend himself real nice. Of course, I know that one of his types of practice is actually doing an AI race at the circuit we're trying. So, of course, he didn't have the chance to practice now, but yeah, that is one of his methods to training, and I do think it's one of the best methods. Of course, if you're just in time trial, you may get a good qualifying session, but then you just spin out in the race because you are not good at setting consistent fast laps in a race. So yeah, definitely one of the best practice methods is just to race there. So do not make that mistake of doing qualifying. No, time trial. With this, it really only improves the qualifying phase, and sometimes it doesn't even improve that. So yeah, it's just good for core mechanics in the game, I guess you could say, if you want to look at it on the side of. I guess time trial really core muscle. And then you could specify in other sorts of training. Yeah, it's a pretty bad analogy at training, but yeah, Thrusty does look he's still chasing, but doesn't really look like he's gaining that much, and we don't have that many laps left, so he does have to do it in quite a short time window. Trusty's about to, no, Wonkian is about to lap Enzo 2 times, and Neo gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Does look like Neo's trying to chase down Artyom, but I don't know if he will be able to do that. He has actually gone into the pits now recently, which I think he was in front of Artyom, wasn't he? So he risked quite a bit going into the pits, I must say. Perhaps he had some funding damage. But yeah, I don't know. You never know. Maybe he has some good defending. So I would be careful by doing stuff like that. But yeah, now we have 4 laps left. Monkeyon's case, yeah, Monkeyon has lapped Enzo 2 times. And Neo sets the purple sector 3 there, and does look like he will be able to chase down Artyom really good, but now he's fallen behind a little bit. So perhaps it won't be as easy as he would have hoped. Is that Thrusty who spun? No, it was Enzo who spun in the sector 3 there. But yeah, Neo now 2 seconds behind Artyom. No purple sector there, so the softs are definitely not operating at optimal temperature, but it does look like Neo is still chasing him down really nicely, so really good on Neo there. Jesus Christ, there's just nothing to comment about. But yeah, Thrusty and the gap between Thrusty and Toya seems to be pretty stable now. It's not that Thrusty's gaining that much. Of course, the medium will begin to drop off during the end, and that will give Toya the advantage in the last laps. It does look like Neo is in DRS range now, and he will be opening his wing now, and no, he's not. But he's definitely closing in on Artyom now, and he will be able to make a move soon. Jesus Christ, he will be able to make a move soon now, and Neo is also fallen behind a little bit there, and Artyom may have actually learned some tricks from Turger. Of course, Toya definitely knows how to keep Neo behind him. So, it'll be interesting to see if he will actually, if Neo actually will be able to overtake Artyom. So, yeah, it's really interesting development there. Interesting and interesting. It depends on how you define it, but yeah, yeah. Let's move my mic a little bit closer. Can you maybe hear me a little bit better? Yeah, we do also have some new graphics on the stream. If you were watching last time, of course, I was going to have an intro, but I don't know if you want to. I only have the one for Brazil ready, so if you want me to show it, I can do. I can show it, but yeah, we don't have. Oops, Neo down on the outside there, a little bit aggressive there from Neo. Neo's definitely going impatient now and trying moves which usually don't work that well. Of course, he definitely wants to get past now. And oh, who's been in the pits there? Speedjack's been in the pits. Speedjack now going for fastest lap. Of course, Munkian currently has fastest lap now, and it was a little bit risky from Speedjack. Of course, doesn't have really good margin forever now if he spins, but I do think that Speedjack will manage fine now, and now Artyom maybe has someone to chase, which oh no, is not that close, but of course if you have somebody with higher pace in front of you, you can actually improve yourself, because kind of follow their race line, and having a car to chase is much easier than free air in front of you. But yeah, Munkian, almost 20 seconds now to thrust you down below him. So Munkian's almost gained a pit window there. So perhaps Munkian will actually go in and pit for the soft tire, trying to get the fastest lap. Of course, points don't really matter, but I do think that Munkian maybe gets the dub now if he wins this race. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, and we are on the final lap now, and I do think that Munkian is champion if he wins this race. I am most certain of it. Should have done the math before this race, but I'm pretty sure that Munkian will be champion if he just doesn't bottle it in the last corner. And even if he bottles it, I do think he's still champion, because he has to have a 26 point gap down to Speedjack below him to be champion, and I do think he's almost has it. So yeah, of course Munkian won the last race in Brazil, which I was here for, unfortunately. But yeah, now Neo chasing down Artyom. It doesn't look like he'll be able to, and we do have Munkian crossing the line now, and I do think he's actually doing some donuts as well. So I do think that Munkian is now champion of the Nordic One League Season 1. So pretty sure that we do have a new championship crown now, of course. Munkian has already won one, but that was in our most resembling test season, I guess you could call it. But yeah, now Neo in the last sector, still not able to overtake Artyom, so that was a real bullet of Neo, which I do think went for a different strategy. But Neo is still celebrating nonetheless, but yeah, I don't know why he's actually celebrating. He is 8th in the championship or something. So yeah, I don't know why he's celebrating, but yeah, that is Munkian crown champion, I believe. And Artyom actually gets driver of the day, of course. I don't think there's extra point for driver of the day, so yeah. We'll just quickly wait for the results, of course. Do you think that Enzo maybe wants the celebrations if Munkian actually is champion now? Yeah, but that means that Torgeir has P2, which I'm pretty sure he's happy with. But yeah, that means that Munkian wins the Australian Grand Prix, and I'm pretty sure the championship.
So just a small update. Munkian is world champion
I know
this
that.
season. So congrats to Munkian.
I know that.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Neo. So yeah, we have it confirmed. Munkian is champion winner, and wins the championship with one more race to go, which is pretty impressive. And yeah, MotoGP today. Yeah, Bagnaia did not win the championship, so yeah, pretty similar situation. But in MotoGP, Fabio Quattro actually managed to keep up with Munkian. Of course, Speedjack made that mistake going into the wall there, and Munkian just didn't do any mistakes. So I'll just move on to the after race interviews. I do actually have a new graphic for that as well, so yeah, of course Chad is pretty dead, but yeah, that means that Munkian is champion, and we have Toya now in queue. Wait a minute, let me just quickly get up the screen. There you go. Oh, that is very wrong. Something like that. Okay, now we'll have Torgeir, as he was the first to join the waiting room. Torgeir, interesting race for you. You made no mistakes. A lot of drivers made mistakes this race. And you managed to get P2, which I think you're pretty happy about. What do you have to say for yourself?
Yeah, it was a. I mean, I didn't have the best pace, but I kept up. And I didn't lose too much time. But yeah, I didn't make any mistakes, which I saw Speed and Neo did, so that helped me a lot.
Yeah, and of course Vemund had an incident with Thrusty, which meant that he was also behind you. So yeah, I guess you're pretty happy with that result.
Yeah, I didn't really expect to be on the podium. I haven't even practiced basically, so that was a good feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Toya.
Yes.
I do think we'll just have Neo next, because we can take Monkey on last. Neo, I think it was a difficult race for you. You of course spun when you were chasing Torgeir, and then I do think that you went for a strategy where you pitted for fastest lap, and then you wasn't able to get past Artyom as well.
Yeah, no, it was not a good race. I had quite a high tire pressure, so I was overheating the hards, and if I was overheating the hards, you could imagine how it was on the soft and mediums.
Yeah.
And yeah, great defending from the Aston. He really did a good job, even though I had like more second time penalties than him. I wouldn't be able to get past him because he did an amazing job on those all the mediums. But yeah.
Did you pit behind him expecting to get past him again, or was?
Yeah, because I actually thought that he would actually pit for soft as well, because I knew that he was on the soft tires just as long as me. No, the medium, sorry. And so I thought that he would have to pit as well to not, explode his tires.
But
So,
yeah, didn't go for expected.
Yeah, and GG to Munkian, very good result for him, and champion. He's he doesn't make mistakes like all of us do, and he's just at the top of this game all the time. So, congrats.
Where are you in the championship?
I don't know actually. I'm quite far behind because I had such a bad start to the season.
Seventh.
Yeah, it's like my pace is actually quite good. I'm third in the qualifying pretty much
look like you
all
had
the
a
time.
chance to catch Juicy though in the last.
Yeah, that's my goal. But yeah, I'm quite good in qualifying. I'm mostly up there with Speedjack and Munkian, sometimes challenging them. But in the race, my consistency is just, so that's something I gotta work on for season 2.
Yeah, thank you, Neil.
Yeah, thank you.
And I don't think we can wait anymore with Monkey on, of course. We'll bring in him right now. Just a minute. Oh, god damn it. Yeah. Monkey on, champion and race winner today. That must be a good feeling, winning 2 championships in this league.
Yeah, it's great. With Speedjack getting the DNF last race, they was only needed 8 points in these last 2 races, so I was pretty sure I was gonna win it. And with him having that spin, I was just quite calm the entire race. No pressure really.
Yeah, and yeah, you were driving really fantastic. Of course, sticking to your main strategy. And the only car to lap the 2 drivers, I do think it was Enzo and Rubber Lubricant. So you were quite far in front of Toya. I was wondering if you were even going to pit for soft to do fastest lap, but yeah, really impressive, Monkey on.
Yeah, great season.
And world champion.
Yeah, thank you.
I do think that it's Speedjack who is next in line. Speedjack, you had a good pace this race, but of course, having that incident, you weren't able to compete for the win. But do you feel that you had pace for the win? Of course, you now lost the championship, but I guess you expected that with the DNF last race.
I think I had the pace, but just not the consistency. Today, I think I just drifted around and spun here and there, and I just couldn't keep grip, I guess.
Yeah, did you get the fast lap at the end?
Yeah, I did. I managed to get like 20 seconds ahead of one of the Aston Martins, so I could pit and still be ahead of him to get the first lap.
Yeah, you saw that. Of course, Neo did something similar, but he wasn't able to get past the Aston Martin again. So yeah, I guess you're happy with that result.
Yeah.
Considering.
And congrats to Munkian also for winning the championship.
Yeah, and thank you, Speedjack, for the interview.
Yeah, thank you.
And, Thrusty is the last one to be interviewed. Thrusty, you had a quite an interesting race. Of course, you were in P3, but then you were overtaken by Vemund, and you had a small incident with him, which took you back to like P8, I think, and then you were actually able to climb your way up to P3, almost chasing down Toya as well. So, what do you make of this race?
Yeah, the incident was a bit unlucky, but I mean, the rest of the race was just driving and passing people, nothing special really. Just a bit lucky.
Yeah, it was a good race nonetheless. You were almost able to chase down Toya at the end as well.
Yeah, but it was a bit undeserved if I got P2.
But yeah, I must say it was a good race, and I guess you are happy with it.
Yeah, P3 in the championship, so I'm really happy. I mean, Monkey and Speedjack, you were too fast this season, so GG to them.
Yeah, of course you have a chance next season. I
Yeah.
don't know if that will be with the yeah, it will be next season. I don't know when we are starting it. I do think it will be. Perhaps we're actually changing the date of the races as well. But yeah, thank you for the interview.
Yes, thank you.
And yeah, I do also think that Thrusty has a he has a solid grip on P3 in the championship, which also means that he has P3 in the championship, which congratulations to Thrusty for P3. And I do think that will be the end of the stream, unless you want to see my race intro for Brazil, which perhaps I will show. If you say anything in chat, I will show it. No? That's fine. We'll just end the stream now. And we'll be back for Abu Dhabi next week. And I guess I'll show it. This is for Brazil, so don't be confused. But yeah, I'll just log off, and then we'll show you the intro.
We're heading to Interlagos for the 14th round of the NOR F1 Racing League. The anti-clockwise circuit will show for great racing as it has in many leagues and in F1 in real life. The anti-clockwise circuit has 2 DRS zones and 15 corners, and the technical sector 2, which circuit has 2 DRS zones and 15 corners, and the technical sector 2, which circuit has 2 DRS zones and 15 corners,
this is
the
quite
technical sector 2 will now be heading to qualifying where we will have 15
Jesus
corners,
Christ, this is
the
quite
technical
confusing.
sector 2 will now be
This
qualifying where we are
was
having
what I I had my okay, so what happened was that I had my I was checking it out as well. Wait a minute, I'll just start it up again because I had my I was watching as well. So yeah, I'll just.
We are heading to Interlagos for the 14th round of the NOR F1 Racing League. The anti-clockwise circuit will show for great racing as it has in many leagues and in F1 in real life. The anti-clockwise circuit has 2 DRS zones and 15 corners, and the technical sector 2, which will be important for you to make an overtake on the main straight. 2.7 mile circuit. It has shown for great racing all upon history and is a historical circuit in F1. Hopefully we'll now be heading to qualifying where we will have the results, and hopefully we will figure out who will be lining up on the starting grid.
I would say that was pretty good for no script, but yeah, that would be the